Good morning. Many of you guys know and love Hot 93.7's Jenny Boom Boom, a friend of the show. Well, now you can get a little more personal. Jenny and her fiance Vic.
Yes.
Yes, they are getting into the nitty gritty of marriage on their new podcast, Bad Marriage for Life. They're joining us here in Studio 61 this morning to tell us all about it. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. And yes, we're still together after all this time. I know there are bets on it. 22 years, we're still together. I don't know how we're making it work, but anyway.
And we're still together.
Yeah. So we actually created this Bad Marriage for Life IG Live during COVID because a lot of couples were forced to be in the same home together for the first time all day, every day.
Yes.
And we knew it was causing a lot of conflicts, separations, divorces. I mean, come on. So we decided to come up with this IG Live, and people loved it. So people kept asking us. They would say, fans would say, would you maybe start a podcast so I can listen in my car or watch it? And yes, we started our podcast, Bad Marriage for Life. We're now 16 episodes in, and we are revealing everything about a relationship in our family.
Yeah, you guys aren't just scratching the surface. It gets deep.
It gets very deep, yes. And in fact, somebody came out to one of my spots over the weekend and said, wow, episode 6 really got me. And he, because it can be quite emotional, our podcast, yeah.
Okay, so let's get into the name first.
Okay.
How did you guys decide to settle with Bad Marriage for Life? Most people don't want a bad marriage.
Right. You want to answer?
I mean, basically the name just says, that no relationship is perfect.
Right.
You just have to, try your hardest, and as long as you got each other and you have love, everything will, pan out the way it's supposed to pan out.
Right, and I also just, full disclosure, stole it from Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith.
Yes.
When they had the Red Table Talk, interview where they talked about Jada Pinkett Smith having her affair, at the very end, instead of saying Bad Boys for Life, they said Bad Marriage for Life. And I, right then and there, took it and I trademarked it and I own it.
Oh,
Yes.
you do?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, we own it.
Yes, I'm sorry, yes. we own it.
Yeah, I'm here too.
I love these guys. So what has it been like, through the course of this podcast? Do you guys feel like you've grown closer together, stronger, been through some tough moments?
I feel like, yes, there have actually been a lot of that. We have grown closer together because we've had to discuss a lot of subjects that are hard to discuss. I think that the hardest moment for me was, when I had to forgive Vic for adultery, which is something I had never had forgiven him for 10 years, I had never said those words. So yes, I forgave him on the podcast because for us to actually now be getting married, we have to be able to forgive each other for the things that we've done in the past and be able to move on. And without forgiveness, you can't do that.
Absolutely not. You got to be able to have a thick skin through this, and just understand that things are not perfect, and as long as you evolve and elevate and progress, everything will be great.
Yeah.
Jenny, do you mind showing off your bling?
Oh, yeah, I love
Put your finger up.
Okay, yes.
Bling, bling,
and actually,
bling.
Symphony's is such a great friend because she's always hyping me up about my ring, so thanks. You're always amazing.
There we go.
Thank you. Yeah, I love my ring, and I'm happy that we're finally engaged after all this time of being together.
Yeah.
I'm very happy.
Yes,
How do you feel, Vic?
I feel great. I mean, again, this is my partner. This is my wife, fiance, whatever you want to call it. We've been together a very long time. We raised a couple of great kids together, So, it's time for us to do something for each other right now. And I'm looking forward to the future.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a date set?
We do.
Not public, okay.
That's not for public consumption. But you're still invited.
Absolutely.
You're still invited, yes. But we did push back our wedding only because we had some family obligations happening.
Yes.
And, things were coming up and we just didn't feel right about celebrating at this time with some things going on in our lives. But now, those things are starting to settle. So now we're starting to plan our wedding.
Okay, now we do have to head out soon. So can you let folks know when, or how rather, they can listen, and how often do you guys drop episodes?
So it's every Thursday. You can listen on the Odyssey app, all streaming platforms. We're also on YouTube, Bad Marriage for Life podcast, and just check it out. I mean, people are watching it that are single, couples are watching it. We just talk about all our experiences, and people are approaching me, Symphony, saying thank you.
Yes.
That they can relate with a lot of the things that we're talking about. So
Awesome.
It's just about open, honest conversation.
It's not just a podcast, it's a movement.
Yes.
Awesome. Hopefully that inspires other folks out there to have honest conversations at home.
Right, yeah.
All right, well, thank you guys for joining us this morning, and best
Thank
of
you.
luck to you. Can't wait to see the wedding.
Of course, you're going, Symphony, don't worry.